The series on how to make $25,000 a year doing birthday parties part-time. This is the first of multiple videos on the topic because I think doing birthday parties is a riot and everybody should be able to get into this market. So let's talk a little bit about the process. Why birthdays? Why birthdays? Birthdays are great because you don't have to quit your day job. You can actually work these on weekends. In fact, that is prime time for birthday parties, weekends. The very prime time is 2 o'clock on Saturday. And 2 o'clock on Sunday typically is a very prime time as well. So if you've got Saturday afternoons open, if you've got Sunday afternoons open, if you got both afternoons open on the weekends, you can do very, very well with this market. And it's good money. Now, it's not huge money, but you can make $150 to $300 a gig. Now, that depends on where you live. Some parts of the country are more, some parts of the country are less. But overall, that's a pretty reasonable range for this type of program. They're easy to book. They don't require you to do consistent, continuous, long-term contacts to build a relationship with a client. Typically, you're almost like a response to a need for a plumber. You know, think of yourself as a plumber. Somebody needs to have someone come into their home to help out with a birthday party. They think of it at the last minute typically, or maybe a couple months before, but even so, it's not something they plan about over a long time. So you don't need to do the long-term continuous contacts, client development work you have to do with corporate events. Also doesn't require you to send them a very expensive demo video case, a shock and awe box filled with promos, brochures, etc., photographs, PR releases, whatever. You can do this very simply with a simple website, a simple business card, an ad in a local parenting magazine. It's easy to do. In fact, that's the one thing I want to make sure you understand with this program throughout all these videos in the series. It's easy to do if you're smart and you approach this the right way. How can you make $25,000? It's pretty easy. Let's assume your average show is $200. Let's assume you can get 2.5 shows a weekend. Now, what a half show would be, I'm not sure. Let's just assume it averages out to 2.5 shows a weekend. $200 times 2.5 times 50 weekends, I even give you a couple weekends off, that's 25 grand. 25 grand a year working part-time, doing maybe 10 shows or so a month. Now with tips and packages and add-ons, you can easily make much, much more. And if you're doing a great job, you will be getting tips on a regular basis. Now, are you ready? Do you like kids? That's the first question, and the most important one, because if you don't, these gigs will be pain from start to finish. You have to enjoy children, and they have to enjoy you, and they know if you don't like them. They recognize it. They can smell fear a mile away. You want to have a great show, and you want to enjoy what you're doing because, you know, hey, kids are a riot, and really, if you love them, they will love you. Now, if you have this notion that you are a magician artiste, get it out of your head. Forget about illusion, forget about art. This is not what this market's all about. Save that for the conventions and winning the show, winning the prizes and the competitions. Save that for that. With birthday parties, you want funny. Remember that. Funny, funny, funny. That's what they want. The kids want to have a good time. They want to laugh. They want to enjoy themselves. Mom wants a room full of screaming, yelling, happy children. That's key. That's what you need to deliver. You also need to produce a very fast-paced and high-energy show, which means you must be in pretty good physical shape, because if you're not, you will be exhausted. You will burn through your energy levels so fast doing these shows. If you do 2, 3, 4 shows a day, and you will do 2, 3, 4 shows a day if you follow the system, you will be tired. So you need to get yourself in good shape. You need to eat well, drink plenty of fluids, be ready. Finally, you need an efficient show. What's great is if you can get there and get up and running within 5 minutes of arrival. You don't want to have a bunch of stuff that takes you forever to set up. You don't want to make a lot of trips to the car back and forth. You want to be ready 5 minutes from arrival, because there will be times when you're running a little bit late. Having the ability to get started right away, having the ability to pack up and get out the door right away, critical, critical, critical. So you must have an efficient show. We're going to talk tomorrow about defining your customer. Until then,